Screenwriters Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio say they wrote the script in the early 90s. Somehow, the script found its way to Steven Spielberg, and the legendary director was immediately intrigued. Spielberg wanted to direct the film with Bill Murray, Steve Martin, or Robin Williams as Captain Jack Sparrow. But Disney didn't give the project the green light. At one point, Disney even planned to release the film directly to video, and in that version, KLR, Rick Mayall, and Christopher Walken were among the strongest contenders for Jack Sparrow. Initially, the film was simply titled The Pirates, but 5 months before release, Disney CEO Michael Eisner requested the subtitle Curse of the Black Pearl be added, thinking it could pave the way for sequels and appeal to younger audiences. Director Gore Verbinski was not happy with this change, since it was the Aztec gold, not the ship, that was cursed. Eventually, a compromise was reached, and Disney's marketing team agreed to keep the subtitle in very small type on posters and promotional material. The role of Captain Jack Sparrow was first offered to Robert De Niro, who turned it down, believing pirate films had historically flopped at the box office. Later, after the Pirates achieved major success, De Niro accepted a role as Captain Shakespeare in Stardust. Stuart Beattie, one of the film's writers, originally envisioned Jack Sparrow with Hugh Jackman in mind, even naming the character as a nod to him. However, Disney decided Jackman wasn't a big enough star and offered the role to Johnny Depp instead. This was considered a commercial risk, as Depp, though respected, was not a guaranteed box office draw at the time. Yet, when the film became the fourth highest grossing movie of 2003, that risk paid off handsomely. Verbinski, inspired by a childhood trip to a Pirates-themed amusement park, wanted to capture both the thrill and fun of that experience in his films. Researching Pirates, Depp discovered they were seen almost like rock stars in their time. This led him to interpret Jack Sparrow as the Keith Richards of the 18th century. When Depp delivered an unconventional performance during the first script reading, Disney executives were shocked, fearing the character might seem constantly drunk or flamboyant, and CEO Michael Eisner worried Depp could ruin the movie. The opposite happened. Jack Sparrow became one of cinema's most iconic characters. Sparrow's gold teeth were entirely Depp's idea. Anticipating that executives might want fewer, he had extra teeth added as a bargaining tactic, resulting in the numbers seen in the film. Depp initially suggested Sparrow have no nose and fear, odd things like cold remedies with pepper, but Disney rejected these ideas. His performance was so strong that Verbinski sometimes intentionally left Depp out of certain scenes. For Bill Turner, the top contenders were Orlando Bloom and Heath Ledger. Verbinski, impressed with Bloom's work in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, felt he was a safer choice. The first trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, was even released alongside The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, to leverage Bloom's presence. According to some commentary, Bill Turner is the best swordsman in the film. While Barbossa and Admiral Norrington have CVS and skills, Jack Sparrow technically ranks as the worst fighter. Keira Knightley, who played Elizabeth Swann, was only 17 during filming, and her mother accompanied her on set. She was so certain she would be fired after a few days that she only brought a few personal items when shooting began. Interestingly, all three main characters have bird-related names: Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth Swann's nickname, Coo, and the famous ornithologist William Turner. Barbossa's name is thought to derive from the Ottoman pirate Barbarossa Hayreddin Pasha, who before becoming an admiral in the Ottoman Navy, roamed the Aegean and Mediterranean as a pirate. Geoffrey Rush, who played Barbossa, mentioned a theory that audiences track the screen from left to right like reading a book. He made a point of staying on the left side of scenes, especially in sequences with Keira Knightley or the monkey, believing otherwise viewers wouldn't notice him. Many of Depp's tattoos were concealed with costumes and charcoal stains. The tattoos seen on screen were fake, but after filming, Depp got a real version in honor of his son Jack. Rush practiced sword fighting so intensely that the stunt team eventually had to step up to his level. Depp, meanwhile, imagined Jack Sparrow's fighting style like Muhammad Ali, keeping his arms low, inviting attacks, and using minimal effort for maximum impact, a reflection of Sparrow's overall life philosophy. Even as skeletons, the Black Pearl crew needed to be distinguishable. Verbinski and the Industrial Light and Magic team used the actors' real eyes for each skeleton to give them personality. In the final scene, Johnny Depp's real eyes appear on the skeletal Jack Sparrow. Verbinski also noted that Barbassa was the only skeleton speaking to the parrot Celts Rises. ILM designers used inspiration from dried turkey meat to create the decaying flesh effect of the skeleton pirates. Only 6 days of filming took place at sea. Keira Knightley took motion sickness pills but fell asleep on set. Orlando Bloom initially tried to make Will Turner a cooler character, even mimicking Jack Sparrow's energy, but Verbinski repeatedly reminded him Turner was not meant to be cool, often telling him, "You're still a loser." Extensive makeup was used in cave scenes to prevent actors from looking pale. They realized Depp looked more charismatic with the makeup, so it was applied throughout the film. During nighttime shoots in the Caribbean, Knightley's boat hit rocks and sank. Only she, her mother, and the captain were aboard. Thankfully, they were rescued within a few hours, and remaining night shoots were moved to the studio. 2 parrots, Chip and Salsa, portrayed the pirate Qatar's shoulder parrot. Though only one appears on screen at a time, different birds were used depending on the scene. Chip for stationary shoulder shots and Salsa for flying or more active sequences. Jack the monkey was played by 2 different Capuchins. Tara, a 10-year-old female, and Levi, an 8-year-old male. Zoe Saldana's pirate Anna Maria nods to real 18th century female pirates Anne Bonny and Mary Lee. The deserted island where Jack and Elizabeth are stranded is Petit Tabac, part of Tobago Cays, a popular sailing area made of 5 small islands. In January 2003, a Finnish sailing crew visiting the island found burned palm leaves and debris, unaware it was a recently finished film set. Most of Jack Sparrow's hats were made of rubber, after Depp repeatedly dropped them in the water. After losing 10 hats, the costume designer switched to rubber to prevent them from sinking. There's a misconception that Hans Zimmer didn't work on the film, and all music was composed by Klaus Bettelt. In reality, Zimmer wrote the main themes, reusing some from Drop Zone, while Bettelt arranged the rest. The Curse of the Black Pearl CD clarifies this, including a brochure explaining the process. Gore Verbinski noted that a total of 15 composers contributed, all drawing inspiration from Zimmer and Bettelt's themes. On August 10, 2002, a fire broke out at the filming studio. Luckily, no one was injured, but damages were estimated at $350,000. Initially, it wasn't clear that Jack Sparrow took one of the cursed coins, confusing test audiences. Some wondered whether he had a coin all along or was always a ghost. A scene was reversed and slowed to make the coin's acquisition more obvious. The small bone in Jack's hair is actually a cavella, used by sailors to repair sails and ropes, made from pearl bone. English metal band Bring Me the Horizon got its name from a line Jack Sparrow says in one of the final scenes. Swashbuckler films in the mid-70s were mostly failures. Films like Swashbuckler, the pirate movie, Made in Heaven, Yellowbeard, and Pirates were big disappointments. Later attempts in 1995 with Waterworld and Cutthroat Island also failed commercially. Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl was initially considered a low-expectation project, but broke the curse of pirate films, achieving worldwide artistic and commercial success. The Pirates series went on to become one of the 10 highest-grossing film franchises of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of another video on Scene Diary. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video, and until then, Take care.